So I woke up in Edinburgh, Scotland this morning. Probably not a big deal to most of you. 500,000 people wake up in Edinburgh, Scotland every morning. But this is really special for me because I am considering a move to Scotland someday after a lifelong obsession that I really can't explain. This is my 5th time to Scotland, and this time is different because I am going to be working remotely from here. I'm lucky that I have a job where I can work remotely. And so I am here to work remotely for the month of March. I'm going to spend the first 2 weeks in Edinburgh and the next 2 weeks in Glasgow. Very different cities if you guys have visited. So I kind of want to see which one appeals to me more. So I'm just going to live. I'm going to go grocery shopping, grab a few pints at local pubs, and just hang out and see what it's like to live in Scotland. 2 weeks won't do it justice, I'm sure, but I can't wait, and I'll keep you posted on my journey. So, as a reminder, I am spending the month of March in Scotland to test it out to see, well, I know I'd like to move here someday, but I'm spending time in Edinburgh and Glasgow. Just left my Airbnb to go get a computer cord because, of course, I prepared so much for this trip, except I forgot my computer cord. So, going to get one of those and just walking around, heading up High Street right now, and that's about it. So Edinburgh is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't been here before, you have to come. And as you can see a little bit around, there's some sort of show going on behind me here. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys need to come. So in my previous video, I mentioned that the Telfer Wall, which is behind me here, was built to replace a wall that was built around Edinburgh to fortify the city. And the original wall had mostly fallen down and was in disrepair, so they replaced it with the Telfer Wall. So the original wall, I didn't remember the name at the time, but it looks like there's a portion of the original wall still standing. And that is right in front of me here, called the Flodden Wall. So I don't know what year this was built. I believe it was the 1400s, but I'm not totally sure. But so this is the part of the Flodden Wall that is still originally standing here. There we go. Sorry, not very good at this. So it's just beautiful. I just love the fact that everywhere you go, there's something to see. Look at this. It's okay, go ahead, I'm going the other way, but thank you. So right now I'm in Greyfriars Kirkyard, I should say, which is essentially a cemetery. And I've been here quite a few times before, but this is always a site that people like to go to because it is the home of where Greyfriars Bobby was laid to rest. And it's one of those famous dogs that wouldn't leave his owner's side after the owner was buried. And the other thing is that this is where J.K. Rowling got some inspiration for the names and characters in Harry Potter. I believe Tom Riddle's grave is in here, and I think that there are some others. I remember seeing them in the past, but it's just a very old kirkyard with lots of very old grave sites, and it's beautiful. Last time the kids and I came here last year, we roamed around at dusk, and it got dark, and it was beautiful. So I actually figured, why not go ahead and video on my way to this pub so you can see what it is. The pub is called the Halfway House, and this is something that I saw, actually it was on a YouTube video of one of the many videos there are on all the pubs in Edinburgh. This was one of the top 10 and one of the ones that I saw, so I'm going to check it out. This is called a close. It's one of the many narrow streets and alleyways in between buildings in Edinburgh. So you can see here, that's where I came from, heading down here to go to the Halfway House. And I'm not exactly sure where it is, to be honest with you, but you can see there's no shortage of pubs along the way. So who knows, I might just go ahead and stop into any of them. So you're getting a little, oh, here it is, okay. Halfway House. I saw Free House, but now I see Halfway House. So I will go in and grab a pint and let you know what it's like. So this is the Halfway House, a great little pub. As you can see, it is very little, and I did ask people if it was okay for me to video, and they gave me permission. So we should be all good here. So yeah, just a small little pub, but I am enjoying my little pint of Guinness and Gun.
Hiya, Tim. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I think I've got the mom loves the song.
So I did a Google search on top 10 cafe or top cafes to work from Edinburgh, because I thought instead of staying in my Airbnb all day, I would get out and go and work in a cafe. So this cafe came up, and I'm not going to name it because of the fact that the owner, it's actually table service only, and so they prefer to not have people come and just work. But he said, I'll go ahead and seat you, but if it gets busy, we may need your table. And I said, that's fine, go ahead and kick me out. But it's a great little cafe right here in Edinburgh. And you can see downstairs people sitting enjoying a meal. So great little cafe. So I'll sit and work for a little bit, order a few things to make the manager happy, and that's all. But so far so good. Great little cafe. Okay, so I am here at the White Hart Pub, and my understanding is that the White Hart Pub is the oldest pub in Edinburgh. However, I believe the Sheephead claims to be older, but this was established in 1516, and it's off the Grassmarket region. It's in the Grassmarket area. And my understanding is that the Grassmarket area was famous for many things, but a lot of public executions happened here. And I guess there were always a lot of spectators, not here in the pub per se, but out on the street. And the bartender here said that there are a couple of ornaments here, like gargoyle type things, that are the faces of a couple of grave diggers that used to come in here, and they would sell bodies to the local hospitals. So probably quite a lucrative business. Hey, also, I am at a pub called the Jolly Judge, and this was another one on the list of best pubs to go to. So, and I absolutely love it. It's underground, or on the lower level, which that's what they say is the best pub to go to, are the ones that don't have windows and are on a lower level. So here, just sitting outside, having my pint and looking around, and I still can't believe I'm here in Edinburgh. So just want to show you a bit small. And I love it. I just, for all of you in comments of my various videos that have been saying that you want to do this, and how much you love Edinburgh. Wow, it's so different being here as just someone who's kind of living day to day like I am doing right now, versus being here as a tourist. I did not expect it to be so different, but it just feels more real. And I know for some people, Edinburgh is not going to be a good thing because it's obviously very touristy, but wow, I love it. I'm the kind of person that could retire to New York City because I love the city so much. So, retiring here would be a good thing. So far, I'm loving Edinburgh. I have, luckily, quite a bit of time left here, and then I head to Glasgow. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, love this and love the Jolly Judge. Hello everyone, I am taking this morning on this bright sunny day in Edinburgh, which does not happen very often, but happens more so in Edinburgh than Glasgow is what I'm hearing. We'll see. But I'm taking this morning before I have to head into work to go to this old kirk across from my Airbnb, which is now a maker's market. So thought you might like to see what that's about. So let's go take a look. Oh, look at this. Oh, they're playing Pet Shop Boys. Bonus. I just love the fact that they made this into a market. We'll definitely have to spend some time looking around here. I have a feeling this will give me a lot of ideas for gifts to take home to family and friends. Wonderful. Hope you guys liked it. Hey y'all, I started my pub crawl at the Scotsman's Lounge last night and had a great time. Definitely recommend you go there. Again, another wee little pub, but had live music going on. It was great, and I have to thank Katie and Anne-Marie for their hospitality. It was great meeting you, and I am sure I will see you again soon. I am heading into Princess Street Gardens right now, and I'm going to start from here and then head back because I'm going to go to Dean Village today. It's something that someone suggested. So this is the site of what will be in the spring a flower clock, and I've been here in the past when it's been in bloom, and it's just beautiful. But yeah, so this is Princess Street Gardens that I'm heading into. I will turn the camera around here so that you can see. Forgive the bouncing as I go down the steps. Turn here and you can probably see way up on the cliff there is Edinburgh Castle. So great view of that. Let's go this way. So yes, Dean Village was suggested to me as a quaint wee village to check out. So I will do that, and I'm going to walk along the Water of Leith as I go. So I'll film there as well so you can see. Yesterday was such a sunny day. I wish that we still had some sun from yesterday, but it's still beautiful and still green, of course, because Scotland gets a lot of rain. Nice little cottage there. walked down Bell's Brae and got to the Water of Leith. And just beyond is Dean's Village. So I'm going to go down to the village a little bit and then walk along the water. And we'll see how that goes. Yay! Go Hearts! And they actually scored in the first half. So that's an amazing thing. And we shall see. Hopefully they will score again. But this is a ton of fun. I have to say I'm having a great time. I will say we went out to dinner beforehand and went to a pub beforehand. And wow, talk about male dominated. That kind of surprised me that at least at the pub, there were maybe 2 women in the whole place. Here at the actual game, I'm seeing a few more, but that's something that surprises me. At football games that I've gone to in the U.S., of course, American football, like Packers, Lions, that kind of thing, it seems to be a pretty good mix, but here, definitely male-dominated. So I will say that's something that surprised me, but it doesn't matter. It's still fun. It's all fun. Really enjoying myself. One thing that I found interesting here is, and most of you, I mean, those of you from Scotland and who have been to a game know this, but you can't just buy tickets. If you're with the other team, you have to buy it through your club. So they only have a certain amount of tickets that will be sold for the opposing team, and they all sit in the same section, which is interesting. In our football games, you know, anyone can buy a ticket just independently, so they don't know what team you support. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Driving to Falkirk to see the Kelpies. So don't really know how to describe that right now, so we'll just show more when we get there. But only in Scotland are we riding in a convertible in mild weather. Gotta love this. Okay, so there's about to be a tour here and I want to capture it before it gets there. This is my favorite statue in Edinburgh, primarily because I'm a horse person. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Black Stallion, but Bucephalus plays a role in The Black Stallion. And it starts out with the father giving his son a little statue of Bucephalus that he won in a poker game. And the movie goes on from there. But anyway, so this is my favorite statue in Edinburgh. And it's kind of funny. The story, well, first of all, the legend of Bucephalus and Alexander is that Bucephalus was impossible to tame, but Alexander told his father that he would be able to mount him and tame him, no problem. So he turned Bucephalus toward the sun, mounted him, and rode away, much to his father's surprise. And then he actually rode him into battle. But the funny thing about this statue is that I don't know, it's very difficult to get a shot of the ears here. I'll try to do so. But so one of the controversies around the statue is that it took Steele, the artist that did this, 50 years to get paid for the statue. So he was supposedly so angry that it took so long to get paid that he gave the horse pig ears instead of horse ears. And I will say, they do look like pig ears when you look closely. And I found something online with a picture of them, and they really do look like pig ears. So yeah, it took him 50 years to get paid. So I don't know if he truly gave the horse pig ears because of that. I really hate to think that he would ruin such a beautiful statue by doing that, but at the same time, it's not really ruined because I think it is absolutely exquisite. I am in Newtown right now. Crossed the bridge and came over to Newtown because I had to do a little bit of shopping. I'm here for a month and didn't really bring enough, not surprisingly. So I had to get a few more things. I'll probably need another suitcase to go home after being here a month, but that is all right with me. Anyway, so I'm over here in Newtown, and for those of you that don't know, there's Old Town, which you can kind of see behind me. And that's where the castle is. That's where I've been up until now. I'm going to be honest, and so people in Edinburgh, you can roast me if you want, but I don't really have an interest in Newtown. And I think that's really, it's based in why I'm interested in Scotland in general, and it's the history. And I understand that Newtown is still old, but it's a little bit too modern for me. I like walking around the streets of Old Town, the cobblestone, and just looking at the old facades and things like that. So, but for those of you that have not been here, Newtown is here, and it starts along Princes Street here across from Princes Street Gardens. And yeah, it's a place where you can come shopping and just see a different part of Edinburgh. So I don't know that I can say anything bad about it. It just doesn't necessarily appeal to me. And I'm obviously not showing you a lot of Newtown. I'm just walking along the street here, but I'm sure there is lots to see and discover. So I encourage you to do so at least once while you're here. But just so you know, yep, there's Newtown and Old Town, Edinburgh.
Hang there out a flag of war. For it's better to die neath an Irish sky than that silver or shadow bar. From the plant of from your meat, strong men came herring through. While Britannia's hands with their long-range guns sailed in through that foggy dew. Foggy dew. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times. Oh, and for the good times to come, sing. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times. Oh, and for the good times to come.
Daddy's on the angry sea, toiling hard for you and me. Hashaba, Hashabi, Hashaba, ma berni. Hioi, hioi, Hashaba, ma berni.
chilly morning in Edinburgh this morning, and windy. I am crossing the street to Waverley Station, where I'm going to get a train to St. Andrews, where there are great things to see there. There is I believe, ruins of a church, and there's a castle. And my daughter's very good friend goes to school there, so has told me wonderful things about it. So that's where we're going today.
Send their messengers on the wind, their song for all us to sing.
So I have been here in Glasgow for a few days now, have been a little bit busy and haven't been able to take as much video as I would like, but I am right now on Buchanan Street in Merchant City, not far from my Airbnb, and this is Glasgow. So I had a wonderful 2 weeks in Edinburgh, and I'm starting my 2 weeks here in Glasgow, and experienced St. Patrick's Day here yesterday, which was not as crazy as I thought it would be, actually. Haven't gotten out to see many sites yet. I've seen a lot of them when I was here last time, but still want to get out and maybe see some more and show them to everyone here. So anyway, let me turn the camera around so you can see a little bit of Glasgow. This is my last night in Edinburgh. How quickly those 2 weeks went. It's crazy. So, not sure exactly what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. Probably some of the same pubs because I have found my favorites since being here. But it's been an amazing time. I'll give you my lowdown on where I stand as far as Edinburgh goes, probably in the next couple of days. And I am off to Glasgow tomorrow. So we'll see how things go. Thanks for hanging along with me. So I'm sitting in a tattoo shop in Paisley, outside of and to the west of Glasgow. Last year when I was here in Glasgow, I got a tattoo of the thistle, which is the Scottish national flower. And this year I am getting a tattoo of the unicorn, which is the Scottish national animal, because I just love the fact that the national flower of Scotland is a weed and that the national animal of Scotland is made up. I love that. But they both make great tattoos, so we'll see how it goes. Keep you posted.
I'm quite bad as well, like if people talk to me and I'm not looking directly at you sometimes, I won't.
I am now in Glasgow for 2 weeks, and this is my new home. New home for 2 weeks. Loved my place in Edinburgh. This is different, but still nice and clean. Cozy, not much of a view, but you know, I'll take it. I don't care. Oh, one of the murals there, Glasgow is famous for its murals, so I will definitely want to be checking those out. And let's see here, nice little living room. It's interesting, a giant mirror, a teeny little TV. That's okay, won't be watching that anyway. And here's the kitchen. I'm home. This is George Square in Glasgow, and it was, I think, laid out, well, it was laid out earlier, but actually developed around 1800 for King George III. And in the summer, when I was here last, those little grassy areas that kind of look like dirt now are all green with grass, and people are playing and kids are playing in the square and having lunch, and it's really wonderful. Many monuments here in George Square. That is Prince Albert. And then over here we have Queen Victoria, a young Queen Victoria there. And then at the very end we have the Glasgow City Chambers. And in the middle, you can't really see, but there's a monument there. I'll try to get around it here. That was erected for George Scott. And then right in front of me here is a statue of Robert Burns. So it's a nice little area where people can come and have lunch or coffee or just sit and read. And it's a beautiful day here in Glasgow. Hey everyone, this is the Horseshoe Bar in Glasgow. And didn't take too long before this became one of my favorite places in Glasgow. Went here and saw, I'm actually here walking around the bar. It's 104 feet long and currently is the longest bar in the UK. There's a plaque on the wall you'll see a picture of in a minute that says that in 2010 it was the longest bar in the world. It's in the shape of a horseshoe and the bar is really quite lovely. I had a great time there, great staff, and I returned the next night and had a wonderful dinner. So I definitely recommend you check out the Horseshoe Bar. Hey, I am in Inverness. Came to Inverness just for one night because tomorrow I'm doing a 3-day tour up to the Orkney Islands, which is something I have wanted to do. In fact, I wanted to get up to the Shetland Islands, but they're a little bit too far north and I didn't have enough time to be able to do that. So I came up to Inverness just to spend the night here for one night, and then I'll leave on my tour in the morning.
Based on quite a few comments like this one, advising me to get out of the cities and go see some of the country, I did just that, and I made a last-minute decision the other day to take a quick trip out to Loch Lomond. So I just did a very quick detour from Glasgow and did an hour-long boat tour on Loch Lomond and truly enjoyed it. So thank you so much for the suggestions. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the pictures from my trip.
their drums and arrows ready, hearts of iron deep inside. By the ancient stones of healers, they invoke